in the last few months, there have been a lot of people go online and make videos and mention things that can't be done. And primarily, I think that they're all completely incorrect. I think that they're wrong when they tell you what can't be done. Um, and the reason is, I don't know that I've seen anything that can't be done. Um, there was a guy in England that played professionally, and he used one lip and his tongue. His top lip and his tongue were in the mouthpiece, touching each other, and the bottom lip was out of the mouthpiece. And he played professionally. They wrote about him in the ITG Journal about 20 years ago or so. And, he did fine. It's certainly not how I would suggest someone do it. But you can't say it can't be done because, hey, you can. And I love it when they tell me things like that I do that can't be done. They'll tell me that anchor tonguing doesn't work. Well, it does. And there's some awfully fine players that did it and do it. So, so one guy thinks it can't be done. Okay, good. That's one guy that never tried to do it or really tried to do it. Another thing is when they tell me that buzzing can't be done. You can't buzz and play the trumpet. Um, Rafael Mendez used to teach people. He would make them lip buzz for a month until they could lip buzz songs really well. And then he would give them a mouthpiece, and he would have them mouthpiece buzz for a month. And then when they could mouthpiece buzz songs really well, he let them play the trumpet. And by then they could play pretty well. Um, Mendez played that way and was fabulous by any standard. He taught his sons to play that way, and there are recordings of them, and they were really good players by any standards. And hey, they buzzed. My very first teacher was Arthur Ford, and Arthur's teacher was Herbert L. Clark. And I learned the same way Arthur learned, by lip buzzing, then mouthpiece buzzing, and then adding anchor tonguing, or what Clark used to call dorsal tonguing, to it. The reason most of these people that say mouthpiece buzzing doesn't work is because they don't really do at least what those of us that mouthpiece buzz or lip buzz, they don't really do what we call buzzing. They're so tight and constricted, and they have to force air through. They're not really buzzing their lips, they're farting. And no, that I've never really known of anyone who could play that way. Now, here's my lip buzz. And if I were to play that, the first note is the second line G. It didn't sound that way lip buzzing though. And the reason is that I'm so relaxed, these are so relaxed, that when the mouthpiece hits them, they jump up an octave. And that's what people who lip buzz, that's what we consider lip buzzing, is that we're really relaxed, we're really loose, and it's really got some vibrancy to it. It's not some squeaky nothing. Okay? Mouthpiece buzzing, there's a lot of similarities. you'll hear people mouthpiece buzz, and it's just some awful, what are they doing? You know, and instead of a real vibrant thing. And if we can't get on pitch and some vibrancy and resonance in our mouthpiece, it's a whole lot harder to do it on the horn. But if it's actually there when your mouthpiece buzzing, it can be there when you play. It's no big deal. Okay? So, yeah, people tell you all the time what can't be done, but it's not really true. You know, I've heard people tell you that you can't pucker and play the horn. That's not true. I know a lot of really good players that play a pucker. I've heard people say you can't smile. Now, I would not personally teach a smile, but there have been, in the history of trumpet, professional players that smiled and they sounded good. There are some professional players right now that use a lot of isometric facial tension. I mean, all the time, isometric facial tension, all over. And they're telling people to play that way. Well, you can play that way. I know that for a fact. I don't teach that way because your muscles are a delicate thing. And I've seen too many people strain the muscles to the point or overuse the muscles to the point where they couldn't play again. And focal dystonia is one of the things. And honestly, someone who's setting up a lot of facial isometric, I mean, it's almost a poster child for someone with future focal dystonia. But hey, you know, that's how you want to play, go for it. But I wouldn't ever teach that. Okay? There's a reason why a lot of players, in fact, a lot of professional players, contact me about reducing facial tension. Because I know how to do that. There's a reason they contact me for that. And the reason is setting up all that facial isometric through the years has gotten to the point where they have serious problems now. And they need to do something completely different to keep playing. I am not the only embouchure teacher that helps a lot of people get over problems like focal dystonia or embouchure overuse. You know, I wish that nobody ever got it. I would be quite fine if nobody ever got a problem like that. There are a lot of other things I can teach people and not have to worry about that. But, you know, it's something that happens. But when you watch these videos and they tell you what can't be done, hey, you know, they're not telling you the truth, man, all right? They're taking some teaching shortcuts that are wrong. And some of them actually know it's wrong, but they say it anyway. All right? If you want to know the fact about does this work, can this work, has anybody professional ever done this way, hey, send me an email. Because I will tell you the truth. It's not difficult. You explain what your problem is, and I'm happy to help. All right. And I wish people would like and start sharing some of these videos, because the more people that watch them, the more of them I'll do. You know, if enough people start watching videos, man, I'll start doing them every day. I don't care. But, when I have a video and it's been up for a year and it's got, 10,000 views, I don't feel like going on and recording, you know? So start sharing them, I'll start recording. In fact, if there's a question you have about playing, send me an email. I might very well do a video about it. I might do a book about it. I might do a lecture series. But hey, go ahead. Ask your questions. Practice, have fun, and be relaxed. Physically, emotionally, mentally, be relaxed. Because relaxed is going to help you get a good sound and some musicality. Hey, take care, all right?